Is RHOBH star Kyle Richards desperate for Mauricio Umansky to return amid her Morgan Wade split? Fans seem to feel she has no one as her kids are grown and fleeing the nest. Therefore, she is relying on the company of her estranged husband. So, is she hopeful for a reconciliation? Keep reading for further details. Kyle Richards desperate for Mauricio back. In season 13 of RHOBH, it was clear that Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky were headed in different directions. She was all about working out and staying sober. Going out and partying was not as big of a deal for her. Yet Mauricio was busy with his company, the agency. That meant he was constantly traveling, hosting, and partying. She could and did not want to keep up with this, so she started to hang out with country singer Morgan Wade. Rumors began to swirl that the two women were having an affair, something they denied. Yet the signs were there and Kyle was quite giddy around Morgan. By the end of season 13, Kyle and Mauricio sat down with their children and shared they were separating. When the reunion aired, Mauricio had moved out and Kyle admitted she was curious about being with a woman. Yet she had not dabbled aside from a kiss with Morgan. Season 14 has arrived, and Kyle claims she and Morgan are not together. More so, she won't even say her name. Yet she is very curious as to what Mauricio is up to and who he is hanging out with. She even questioned their daughter, Portia, about it. According to Monsters and Critics, fans feel Kyle Richards wants her ex back purely out of loneliness. She does not have Morgan Wade by her side anymore. Her daughters have flown the coop except Portia, and she is alone. She seemed to think Mauricio would always be there, and he did what she wanted and left. One had this to say: Kyle kind of had a whole girlfriend last season, and now she's upset that like Mauricio seems to be really moving on. Didn't she get tattoos with Morgan? The desperation of Kyle. Kyle Richards seemingly thought she wanted to be free and able to do her own thing. Little did she know that Mauricio would not be pining away for her. He replaced a photo of her and him with his DOT's pro partner, Emma Slater. That killed Kyle, plus he has been dating and is out and about. Kyle appears to have some remorse. Kyle is mad because she put all her eggs in Morgan's basket, blew up her family, and Morgan has clearly dumped her. Mauricio has moved on and is over her. Kyle is back to pining over Mauricio because her and Morgan broke up. When Morgan was around, she did not give af. She needs to examine her fear of being alone. She misses her old life when she is the one who left Mauricio to have an exciting lesbian love affair. Methinks Morgan broke up with the slasher, so now she wants Mauricio to take her back. Mauricio Umansky moved on with philanthropist Nikita Khan and has struggles with his father's girlfriend. So the last person he is thinking about is Kyle and her loneliness. Do you think Kyle regrets ending the marriage? More so, would she take Mauricio back in a heartbeat? Let us know and watch RHOBH Tuesdays on Bravo. Kyle Richards' emotional journey on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills has captivated fans, especially in recent seasons, where her evolving relationship with Mauricio Umansky and the complications with Morgan Wade have taken center stage. As season 14 unfolds, rumors swirl that Kyle may be desperate for Mauricio to return, following the dissolution of her brief but highly publicized connection with country singer Morgan Wade. But is Kyle truly longing for a reconciliation, or is it simply loneliness driving her behavior? In season 13, Kyle and Mauricio's relationship was strained. While Kyle focused on fitness and sobriety, Mauricio's busy schedule with his real estate business, the agency, took him away from home. The growing distance between them was palpable, and Kyle seemed increasingly drawn to Morgan, with whom she forged a close bond. While they denied any romantic involvement, the chemistry between the two was hard to ignore. By the end of the season, Kyle and Mauricio made their separation public, leaving fans to question if this was the end of their marriage. As the reality of separation set in, Kyle found herself exploring her curiosity about her sexuality, admitting to a kiss with Morgan and stating her interest in women. However, as season 14 progresses, it seems that Kyle's curiosity didn't translate into a long-term relationship with Morgan. She has distanced herself from the country singer and even avoided mentioning her name on the show. Now, with Morgan out of the picture and her daughters growing up and leaving the nest, Kyle's loneliness appears to have become more pronounced. Fans have speculated that Kyle's desire to reconcile with Mauricio stems more from the emptiness in her life than any deep longing for their marriage. Her children are grown, and with Morgan no longer around, Kyle finds herself alone. Mauricio, meanwhile, has moved on with philanthropist Nikita Khan, and he seems unbothered by Kyle's emotional turmoil. He even replaced a picture of Kyle with a photo of himself and his Dancing with the Stars partner, Emma Slater, signaling that he's not clinging to the past. Kyle's desperation to win Mauricio back seems to be a reaction to her own fear of loneliness. After all, she had once turned her back on their family to explore a relationship with Morgan, which some fans believe she now regrets. As Mauricio continues to live his life and enjoy the company of others, Kyle is left reflecting on her choices. The sense of abandonment she may feel now that Morgan has seemingly moved on with her own life only adds to her sense of loss. Mauricio, however, appears to have no interest in returning to a marriage that he has already let go of. As he enjoys his new relationship and navigates his own struggles, he seems resolute in moving forward without Kyle. In contrast, Kyle's longing for what once was only grows as she watches her ex-husband thrive without her. In the end, it's clear that Kyle is grappling with complex emotions, regret, loneliness, and perhaps a fear of being forgotten. Whether or not she and Mauricio can find their way back to each other remains to be seen. But for now, Kyle's journey on RHOBH is a powerful reminder of the emotional toll relationships can take, both on and off screen.